How's it going, people? Ross here, and welcome back to the channel. It is a Sunday night, 6:20, and today was Elimination Sunday for the NASCAR Cup Series at the roval, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Anyway, on the Charlotte Motor Speedway infield road course and oval together, roval. The last road course race of the season, the sixth and final road course race. Yeah, the sixth and final road course race of the season. I'm just thinking. Four drivers got eliminated from the playoffs from both the Xfinity and the Cup Series, and we're gonna talk about it right here on the channel. As you can see, I am wearing a Freddie Mercury shirt. I'll get into this shirt at the end of the video. The Xfinity Series race at the Charlotte Roval, usually chaotic as well. Since 2019, AJ Allmendinger has won every Xfinity race at the Roval in 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. And he wasn't in the running this year, so he was out of the question. But in a must-win scenario, Sam Mayer gets the dub. Sam Mayer was minus 30, was 34 points below the cut line coming into this race. So he needed to win. Started second, needed to win this race. To advance to the round of 8, and he did just that. Cole Custer ends up second. Josh Berry, who also needed to win yesterday, ends up third. Riley Herbst, the highest non-playoff driver, ends up fourth. Kaz Grala in fifth. Parker Kligerman in sixth. Daniel Hemrick in seventh. Parker Kligerman in sixth. Daniel Hemrick in seventh, who both just come up short of making it to the round of 8. John Hunter Nemechek in 8th, Austin Hill in 9th, Sheldon Creed in 10th, Sammy Smith in 11th, Chandler Smith in 12th, and then that calling 11 car, Jordan Taylor was in that car. He ends up 16th. Problems for Jeb Burton and Justin Allgaier. They were leading on the second-to-last restart, where Jeb Burton wheel hopped from the lead and took Allgaier with him into the wall. Both of them were out of the race. So with that, Jeb Burton is easily eliminated, minus 64 points below the cut line. Josh Berry, who ended up third, ends up 43 points below the cut line. Parker Kligerman, who came into the race 1 point below the cut line, finishes 4 points below the cut line, and his first shot in the playoffs, first round exit. Hey, at least he tried, and he'll be back in that 48 car next year too. So be on the lookout for him. And then Daniel Hemrick, who was going to be an easy lock if Sam Mayer didn't win this race. But since he did, Daniel Hemrick ends up 2 points below the cut line. Almost got those 2 spots. It's going 3 wide with Kaz Grala and Parker Kligerman at the line on the last lap, but came up short. So the Xfinity Series first race of the round of 8 will be at Las Vegas next Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be watching. I won't be home. And today, about an hour ago, the NASCAR Cup Series race, the Charlotte Roval, finishes up with our first non-playoff driver winning. It's not Chase Elliott, thankfully. It is AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger was outstanding today. He started top 5. He ran up front all day long, and in the final stage, he was unbeatable. And we don't know, and he was very emotional in his post-race interview. He said, "You never know when you're going to get a cup win again." That was his third win, 3 wins on all three of his wins on 3 different road courses. Watkins Glen in 2014, the Indianapolis road course 2 years ago, and now the Charlotte Roval today. So that means since 2019, he's won at the Charlotte Roval either an Xfinity or Cup. This year it happened to be Cup. William Byron, who put up a hard charge, ends up second. Kyle Busch, who came into this race. Kyle Busch, who came into this race 26 points below the cut line in a must-win scenario, ends up third. He really tried. Ty Gibbs, the highest non-playoff driver, ends up fourth. Joey Logano ends up fifth. Tyler Reddick, the pole sitter, ends up sixth. Chris Buescher ends up seventh. Alex Bowman eighth. Chase Elliott in ninth. He had another good run at the Roval. Ross Chastain in 10th. Ryan Blaney 11th. Kyle Larson 13th. Christopher Bell 15th. Bubba Wallace 16th. Brad Keselowski 18th. Martin Truex Jr. 20th. Daniel Suarez, who started up front, was up front most of the race, wrecked out. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had an issue. Eric Jones wrecked out. Denny Hamlin wrecked out. And the 4 drivers eliminated. Ross Chastain, who ends up 10th, and finishes 13 points below the cut line. He was gaining at the end, and it was like minus 20, and it went down to minus 13. So Chastain was gaining, Truex was losing, but it was not enough. Bubba Wallace, who also started up front in this race, was looking pretty nice in the early stages of this race. He was running top 5. He finished second in stage 1 and was good on points until issues arrived. Bubba Wallace, like I said, finishes 16th and finishes 18 points below the cut line. His first trip to the playoffs went pretty well, in my opinion. Brad Keselowski's first trip to the playoffs in a non-Penske car with RFK. Keselowski had a couple issues towards the end of the race, ends up 18th and 23 points below the cut line. Keselowski was always on the outside looking in, coming into this throughout the entire race. Had to serve 3 different penalties for cutting the curb, for cutting the corner. Too bad for him. But he'll be back in the playoffs next year. And finally, Kyle Busch, who finishes 30 points below the cut line. Again, he really tried his best to win this race. He needed to win this race if he wanted to make it to the round of 8. He led the early laps of the final stage, got passed by A.J. Allmendinger, who never looked back after that. Kyle Busch had a shot at A.J. Allmendinger on the final restarted alongside him, but got a terrible restart, and A.J. Allmendinger drove into the sunset. Really happy for A.J. Allmendinger, really disappointed that Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain didn't get to move on to the round of 8. The 8 drivers that will compete, that are still in the running for a championship. William Byron, who finished 2nd. Tyler Reddick, who finished 6th. Chris Buescher, who finished in 7th. Ryan Blaney, who finished 12th. Kyle Larson, who ends up 13th. Christopher Bell, who ends up 15th. And Martin Truex Jr. ends up 20th. And Denny Hamlin, who DNF'd. My picks for the championship 4 from those 8. Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Christopher Bell. Was thinking Kyle Larson, but he's been a little inconsistent as of late. So I'm going to go with Byron, Hamlin, Bell, and Reddick. So that's it for me. About this shirt, in the next video that will be on my channel, I will be wearing this because I'm going to see Queen and Adam Lambert this Friday, and it's going to be fucking awesome. So before my Las Vegas review next weekend, I'm going into the city to see Queen and Adam Lambert. So I'm very excited for that. Don't expect many Islander videos. I know the Islanders' regular season begins in about 6 days, but don't expect many Islanders videos unless it's a reaction video. Don't expect any Islander videos unless it's a reaction video, okay? Just putting it out there. So it is currently Sunday, October 8th, 2023. Queen and Adam Lambert are playing right now in Toronto. So, this is Ross Belkin signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.